Hello, my name is Danny Diaz, and I am currently taking Economics 100 with Professor Roberto Butterfield, and this is my teaching project. The topic that I would like to discuss first would be the natural rate of unemployment. And warning slash disclaimer, I guess. I'm taking this video outside of my house, so you might hear a lot of background noises such as a car driving by or dog barking or like people talking. I'm sorry about that, but back to the point of this video. Um, to understand the natural rate of unemployment, we first need to understand unemployment. Before, before I go on to discussing unemployment, um, the the main, well, where I found all this information, where I learned this information, was from the chapter 11 from Survey of Economics, and predominantly this information is in section 4 of that chapter. I have the online version, so I'm I only have the online version, so that's what I'm referring to. And I'm also referring to a website by thebalance.com, well, an article by thebalance.com. Another resource that I'm referring to a little bit is an article from the WNC library, and it is titled "What We Do and Don't Know About the Natural Rate of Unemployment." But that's just those are the only two sources that I'm using for this information that I'm sharing. But okay, on to unemployment. So unemployment. Okay, I accidentally pressed the record button again. So back to where I was at. There are two types of unemployment. The first type of unemployment is frictional unemployment. Now, this occurs because the time that it takes for an employee slash laborer to find a employer or business company, something like that. That's the time. It occurs because of the time that it takes for those two to find one another. This could also occur because of somebody just like transferring a job. Maybe they got promoted to a new place, or just climbing up, gaining prestige in their work, or maybe they just didn't like their old job, stuff like that. Or those could also be caused from like just um, sudden leaves, such as like an injury that they can no longer work, like as if a laborer broke his collarbone, he's unable to work. Maybe he just left the workforce for that for a little bit. Um, the second part, or the second type of unemployment is structural unemployment. This is caused because an employee or an employer or even applicant is not able to reach the requirements or qualifications that an employer requires. So, like, let's say you need a bachelor's of business administration to work as a CEO of a small business. They're not going to accept you if you don't have that because you have not met their qualifications. This could also be caused by the advancement of technology, even like as you see newer and newer innovations and technology being produced. Some some simple jobs, like maybe even laborers, are losing their jobs to machines, stuff like that. Like like even just like robots or whatever, taking their place in any manufacturing or laboring work. Okay, so um, structural unemployment is just stuff like that, like not being at the level that the business or corporation needs you to be at, or meeting the specific qualifications. Okay, there's a third type of unemployment that's pretty big, and that's surplus unemployment, but that's not um, as big of a deal. But that's mainly just because like there's too many laborers. Like for example, out here at the mines in our small town, that's like what runs a whole economy, I guess. So um, whenever like a mine is beginning to shut down and running out of minerals to mine, such as gold and silver, um, people will begin getting laid off. Like they'll just not be fired, but they're kind of just let them go and tell them that like I no longer we no longer have a purpose or need for you. So that's kind of just surplus unemployment. Just whenever there's too many laborers that are needed and they're not in the demand, and they're not needed in the payroll to get the job done. That happens a lot, like at mines here. People get laid off just because those mines are shutting down. So how does that relate to the natural rate of unemployment? So the natural rate of unemployment is the rate of unemployment without any cyclical unemployment. Now, what cyclical unemployment means is the unemployment that is created or more correlated from the ups and downs of a business cycle of the economy. So that is just caused. So the natural rate of unemployment is just caused by it's just taking in consideration just what it would normally be, like just so most of the time what it would look like is kind of just like straight line with a very sorry, I've kind of been like stopping the video. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's kind of raining a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's disrupting the quality. But as I was explaining, like the natural rate of unemployment, it's just kind of like it has a line, not a straight line, but it has very little movement to it. But with the actual unemployment line that you would see, like that actually occurs in the U.S., it's very skewed, like up and down a lot. But that's because that takes in cyclical unemployment. With the natural rate, it doesn't consider any of the ups and downs of the economy. So if we're having a recession, it doesn't consider that at all. If our economy is booming, it doesn't consider that at all. It would just be as if the economy stayed the same all the time, and just what the rate of unemployment would be naturally without any ups and downs in the economy. And so the natural rate of unemployment is a combination of both fictional and structural unemployment. Okay, as I was explaining earlier, the natural rate of unemployment is kind of a pretty steady line. It does not have much movement to it. And in this graph by the website Econgraphics, there is the natural rate of unemployment, and the actual rate. So the natural rate of unemployment is that dotted line. And as I was saying, it doesn't have much movement. It's been pretty steady throughout. And that red line is the actual rate of unemployment. And as you see, it has a lot of ups and downs. And that's because it takes in cyclical unemployment. And earlier in the video, cyclical unemployment is like the unemployment that takes in consideration the ups and downs of the economy. So as you can see, as the economy was booming or jobs were opening up, that unemployment rate went along with it. But with the natural rate of unemployment, it takes in none of those like recessions or boosts or booming like periods of the economy. It just keeps that natural and steady line.